welcome back. You made it to day 3. Good job. Give yourself a hand. Pat on the back. Okay, so today, hopefully, or tonight, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you, hopefully you were able to put together your micro goals and establish your why. Have it written down so you can see it. But today is Haters Gonna Hate. And I'm talking about the homeschool critics. If you have spent any amount of time in homeschooling, whether it's been a day or whether it's been 15 years like me, you know that there are going to be critics. There are going to be haters who think that they know everything about homeschooling yet have never stepped foot in the world of homeschooling. So you are not immune. And I have a teaching degree in elementary education with an emphasis in early childhood development, and I'm not immune. I still get it too. So it doesn't matter. If you have homeschool attached to your family, you are going to get some critics and some haters. So remember when we talked about limiting beliefs and perspective? Just know that people who have something to say about homeschooling and have never even experienced it on any kind of level, but their comments are as if every other education, schooling is perfect. Oh, they don't socialize. I'm pretty sure I know some public schoolers who also are not very well socialized, but they don't know my children. So how do they know that my children are not socialized? They don't, right? But so that's their limiting belief. That is their perspective of reality, which is an experience most of the time. And that's okay. I get, anytime people have comments that are haters, I just try to keep in mind that they are inexperienced. So I try not to take it personal. And just know you don't have to answer them. You don't have to defend yourself. They are not your homeschool boss. They are not the homeschool police. You do not have to answer to them. You can choose to answer them. You can also choose what kind of verbiage you use. So we were, sometimes we're at the store when nobody else is there. It's amazing. But they see little kids and they say, oh, they're not in school today? And then the kids are like, we're homeschooled. And then you get the look, and then you get all everybody's opinions, that person's opinion just pouring out of their mouth as if you asked for it. So you can say, and train yourself and your children to say, oh, we're in private school, and just leave it at that and change subject and move on quickly. You can, do something like that. You really just however you can, makes you feel comfortable handling it. It's gonna happen. It's very helpful to have a support system, people around you that are supportive and encouraging, and that can bring you back up if that hater's comment knocked you down. Because sometimes they will knock you down, but just don't stay down. Pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep moving forward. And that's why having your why is really, really helpful, because it will help ground you. It's easier and to help brush it off and pick yourself up a little faster. At least it is for me to know my why. I'm like, okay, they can say what they want. Even though they have no experience, they're not an expert in the field, so they have no place to stay it, but they just want to, and they act as if the other schooling systems are not broken, and as if we're personal friends, so that they know everything about my children, So keeping that perspective, but keeping my why really helps me be able to bounce back a little bit quicker. Sometimes quicker than other times. But there's a really good quote by someone called Antoine. I don't remember his last name, and I try to find it. But our adversity doesn't determine our destiny. So just because we face adversity through critics doesn't mean that their comments get to decide our future for our children and for our homeschool. And should we quit homeschooling because, oh, maybe they have a point? Well, we don't want to take advice from people who've not really done it before and who doesn't have any experience at all, you know? So we can choose to let the haters and the critics define us or not. We can choose to let their limited beliefs, their reality define our reality and invade our reality or not. So have a community of, be part of a homeschool co-op, get on Facebook, be part of some Facebook groups, have friends, church members, whoever, have at least one or two people around you, which this is the challenge. Today's action step is have one or two supporters that you can lean on, that you can go to, that can help bring you up quicker instead of having to talk yourself out of the mess, or brush off the hurtful statements, and to remind you of your whys. And the second action step is to have a go-to answer. So my example earlier was, oh, are they not in school? Or what school do you go to? Private school. And then kind of with the conversation on private school, that's a good go-to answer. It just helps, if you use different lingo, it's a little bit easier. I mean, if you're cool with having confrontations, then don't do that part of the action step. I don't know. But, so action step one, find one or two people that can bring you up and encourage you when you get knocked down. And the second one is to have a go-to response. Tell your children, teach it to your children, and it might make trips to the grocery store a lot easier. Anyway, that is day 3. So day 4 is balancing act. I wonder what that is. Anyway, take your action steps, and I will see you for balancing act day 4.